Hey guys, Harry Thomas here and welcome finally to my top 5 best movies of summer 2018. The most positive list of the three for sure. And now that we've had summer 2018 already and it's soon to be the fall and winter movie season of 2018, I shall now let you all know my top 5 favourite movies to be released this summer. And I can't wait to hear your list in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's start out with number 5 and work my way up to number 1. Which will it be? Let's find out. At number 5, The Meg. I was arguing with myself whether to place Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom or The Meg as my number 5 spot, but you know what, I overall pick The Meg, as Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is still one of the summer's most underrated blockbusters, don't get me wrong, and it has one of the greatest endings and cliffhangers of 2018 period, with Macy releasing the dinosaurs. She was justified, no matter what anybody says, as the dinosaurs deserve to share the planets with us, but technically The Mega was more of a standalone movie in a summer overcrowded with franchises and sequels galore. The Mega held its own as a standalone blockbuster, with The Meg being the most epic shark movie since Jaws. The Megalodon literally dwarfs Jaws in comparison. The shark attacks were just the largest you'll ever see on film, and Jason Statham's the show stealer here with his iconic quotes, and the little girl, she helped us care about everybody on board of the submarine, even though there were some characters that were just there to be victims of the Megalodon. And why would they wanted to kill the Megalodon instead of rehabilitating it? But in an era where CGI monster movies often disappoint, The Meg is the one exception. At number 4, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I initially was going to place Hereditary as my number 4 pick, but I've changed my mind. The ending of Hereditary let it down. The family should have defeated the cult, whereas Ant-Man and the Wasp, I still stand by my 4.5 out of 5 star rating. Of the 3 MCU movies of 2018, this is the most underrated. How come everybody is calling this the weakest of the 3? It may not have the ambition of Infinity War, but I'd give this movie the edge over Infinity War, as I like the direction the story took better. And this movie cheered every single Marvel fan up after the emotional trauma we went through in Infinity War, and Evangeline Lilly, she owned this entire movie as the Wasp, being one of the biggest badasses in Marvel ever, and this was her story, focused on her family, with her father Hank Pym determined to rescue his wife Hope's mother Janet, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, from the quantum realm, and the villain Ghost, she isn't technically a villain, as she just wants to be cured of the quantum realm and live in peace. So she's far more sympathetic than the likes of Killmonger and Thanos ever were. And although I would have liked this movie better had it been a solo movie for the Wasp, as Ant-Man's storyline is focused on less. But other than that, this is my second favourite Marvel movie of 2018, even if Black Panther is still my favourite. Ant-Man and the Wasp deserved more praise. At number 3, a movie I just reviewed, The Spy Who Dumped Me. Yet more underrated movies this summer. To those who call Mission Impossible Fallout the best spy movie of 2018, I beg to differ. The Spy Who Dumped Me is the true greatest spy movie of 2018. Where it succeeds is that it isn't trying to be James Bond. It isn't a story focused on romance, as the title may lead you to suggest. It's a plot focused on friendship, just the chemistry and the bond with Mila Kunis's Audrey and Kate McKinnon's Morgan. You don't want anything bad to happen to these two. It's a astonishingly good and adorable friendship, and this movie even contains a poop joke, which I laughed at. It does poop jokes correctly, yeah, but it perfectly balances light-hearted comedy with badass action scenes, and just the friendship of these two are getting over a breakup and a heartbreak. There isn't one dull moment in The Spy Who Dumped Me, and how is this movie not more loved? This is one of the movies this summer where I can't wait to see be transformed into a franchise. Bring on a sequel. At number 2, the one sequel this summer that everybody At number 2 is the most asked for sequel of all the sequels to be released this summer, Incredibles 2. A pick that I'm sure everybody will have on their top 5 best summer movies list. While Harry Potter himself was waiting for this movie, he'd be like, we've waited 14 years. I don't think we could wait any frickin' longer, but thankfully the 14-year build-up was totally worth the wait. As Incredibles 2, it's even better than the original, even more incredible than the original movie from 2004 ever was, and best Pixar sequel since the Toy Story sequels, with some of the greatest action sequences in animation yet, opening battle with Underminer, train sequence, Ambassador, Elastigirl versus Screenslaver, and the boat showdown, and with improved animation and improved voice acting and improved pacing. This movie went faster than any other movie I saw this summer, and as Edna Mode would say, a sequel can be a heroic act if done properly, Brad Bird, done properly. And that's exactly what this sequel does. It does it properly. And even though some may not be a fan of the twist villain, the Screenslaver, as Pixar seem to be a fan of twist villains. First Ernesto de la Cruz in Coco, and now Evelyn Dever as the Screenslaver. But this time it didn't bother me, as I predicted Winston Dever would be the Screenslaver. But Evelyn, it was a perfect twist in my eyes. So yeah, Incredibles 2 came this close to being number 1. And Pixar had better released Incredibles 3 before another 14 years passes, as Craig T. Nelson, Mr. Incredible's voice actor, is 74. At number 1, you're all going to go, what? Harry, this was your number 1 choice? But Ocean's 8, I don't care what the bullshit controversy says, this isn't Ghostbusters 2016 all over again. This is a sequel to the Ocean's franchise instead of a remake, so I'm okay with an entire female cast this time time, and Ocean's 8 is a classic. This could turn out to be one example of a rebooted franchise that is superior to its originals, as the rebooted Planet of the Apes trilogy was superior to the original movies. So they'd better release Oceans 9 and 10 fast, as I cared about this team of ladies led by Danny Ocean's sister Debbie, played by Sandra Bullock, and Kate Blanchett, and Helena Bonham Carter, and Mindy Markle, and even Rihanna is awesome in this movie. A heist movie worked better with a female cast for me, so if only the cast in the original Ocean's movies were female to begin with, we'd have none of this controversy. So I cared about the heist more than the heist in the original films, for sure. And the final moment, which nobody mentions, when Debbie is at the grave of her deceased brother Danny, that moment honours the original Ocean's movies. This movie does a hell of a lot more good for the original Ocean's trilogy than bad. Yeah, Ocean's 8 is totally my favourite movie of summer 2018. Some of you may be curious, Harry, how come I Feel Pretty isn't on your list after you defended it in your Rotten Tomatoes scores I disagree with list? It would have certainly have made my list had it been released a little later in summer, as to me it's a spring movie instead of a summer movie. But I shall review that fabulous and underrated and heartwarming Amy Schumer comedy later this year. Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoys this list. And what are your top 5 best movies of summer 2018? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Google Plus and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I upload my top 5 most disappointing summer movies. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.